Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm gonna be doing something horror related again. But first of all, I'm gonna show you a few pictures. So first of all this one, and not this one, sorry, long story. So this one and these three little guys. One of them, the first one I just showed you, I'm gonna turn into something not so cute. I'm gonna horrify him a little bit. It's been a while since I did a horror drawing, and yeah, those are really my favorite kinds of drawings. You know, it can be creative, it can be a little bit gory, it can look a little bit off even with the proportions and everything, and man, it's just so much fun. But before we can have fun, I have to sketch him out, like I'm doing right here. He starts out with just 3 simple circles, and from there on out I'm gonna sketch everything else. If you're interested in learning a little bit about sketching, or at least how I approach it or how I learned it, I'm not an academic artist, I never went to art school or anything like this. I'm 100% self-taught. If you're interested in learning my approach, you can go to my channel and watch a few videos on sketching, sketching tutorials and beginner tips, and I did like I think 2 videos like this. I'm gonna do more in the future, but the one I'm talking about is linked in the upper right corner. Whew, sorry. So, yeah, as I said, I'm gonna work with my traditional pen and ink approach, just sketching out everything with my graphite pencil. I'm not gonna do anything special to him yet, just copying what I'm seeing, and then I'm gonna turn that into, well, something else. So, already starting out with the head and the bucket, which I think is a nice touch. Yeah, definitely watch till the end to see how this turns out. I'm actually really proud of this one, even though it was a really quick drawing. I only spent 1 hour on it, so really quick, really fast, and you know, just very simple shading in the end. Gonna start with the ink stuff in just a second, and it's really gonna make this little guy pop, and after I add some shading, man, he's gonna look really cool. Yeah, stay tuned for the outcome. I'm proud of this one. And yeah, already starting out, just sketching a little bit with my graphite pencil, seeing, you know, what I would like to see and what I could do with him. I gave him, on the left, you can see, I gave him like this round eye. It's supposed to be the eye socket, you know, like exposed, some exposed bone, and he's missing an eye. But you can still see like a little bit of a glow, like a reflection in that dark void that is his eye socket. And yeah, definitely an artist's worst enemy, hands. But luckily for me, this is not a really, how can I say, anatomically correct representation of anything. This is not some practice, or this is just having fun, so who cares? And there's gonna be so much shading above it, anything above everything anyways, so not that big of a deal. Giving him some sharp pointy fingernails, and yeah, I think then we're already going to start going in with some ink. So with this drawing I used my Uniball Echo ballpoint pen again. I really love those ballpoint pens. I have like 10 of them at home and 10 more that don't work anymore because I use them so much. They have a really awesome line quality. They never have like, how do you say, like a dry line, you know, where the ink takes long to flow. It's perfect. It's a perfect size. I usually use it for shading, or mostly for shading and details, but in this case I just use it for the whole drawing. This is the only pen, I think this is the only pen that I used for this entire drawing, so that's more than you'll ever need. Great ballpoint pens, great quality. I use them for writing as well, and yeah, they're awesome. I'm giving him this huge Santa Claus-like beard, and also one of my favorite things, drapes in like clothes and, you know, clothing drapes, and applying that to the body, giving it some shapes and some folds and some shadows here and there to really make it look good. I liked it a lot. Now this drawing for me is the perfect example of you can't force art, because you know how I came up with this. Why am I even asking? Of course you don't know. I was just watching a movie. I think it was Mortal Kombat. Actually surprised, a good movie based on a video game. That's a rarity for sure. And they had like a shot of, I don't really remember what happened, but there was this shot of a garden gnome in front of somebody's house, and you know the movie is pretty gory and all. And I saw this garden gnome, and so immediately my brain made this connection between all the gore in that movie and the creatures, the monsters that they have. And then it just came to me. I heard in an audiobook, I think it's The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle or whatever it's called. It's a great audiobook. Definitely listen to it. But he said something like, the best ideas or the best creative ideas come to you when you're not thinking about them. You know, that's apparently how a lot of great thinkers did it, like Albert Einstein or so. They all said, you know, they weren't really thinking that hard about anything. It just comes to you. And it was like this, you know, some of the best ideas that I had for drawings or for art in general just seem to come to my brain with no effort at all. If I have to think about it really hard, like what I'm doing or how it's gonna look or whatever, and then it doesn't flow naturally. So the best ideas that I've had always since I've drawn things and I was creative, and just came to me without any effort, like my brain just telling me things, like my brain just showing me images without having to think about them. But yeah, a great drawing. It was a lot of fun. I love doing things like this. Definitely stay tuned for more things like this in the future, because I do have some plans for the other 3 garden gnomes that I showed you in the beginning of this video. I have great plans for those little guys, especially for the one with the shovel and the flower waterer, what do you call it? The thing that you use to water the flowers, to flower the waters, exactly, Lawrence? I don't know. But yeah, a lot of fun, and also good practice, because even though this is not specifically practice, you can never not practice. This is what I talked about in some of my videos on sketching, linked in the upper right corner and on my channel. You can never not practice. Anything that you do with the intent of drawing and with the intent of creating art, you are automatically practicing. There is no way around it. And of course, if you actively practice, even better, because then your more creative works are gonna look even better, because you know how to represent, how to recreate reality and how to make things look good. So of course, if you want to be good at creative work and fantasy art or horror art or whatever it is, something that doesn't show something like realistic, like a portrait or something, or an animal, regular just drawing practice, sketching is going to help you with that immensely. This was a lot of fun. Stay tuned for things like this in the future. If you have any ideas what I can draw, just leave me a comment. And yeah, I hope I'll see you around in the channel. I have some things planned. Subscribe to my channel if you like this video. And all my other videos, of course. Like them, subscribe. I hope I'll see you around in the channel. Check out my Instagram. And I hope you'll have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye bye.